Hello everyone, and welcome to Sell Me a Movie, a subcategory here on the Cavalier Studios YouTube channel, where what I do is I discuss films that are either out in theaters, streaming, or movies that you guys recommend that I go out and either rent or purchase myself, because you want my viewpoint on it. Now, a lot of people think that and call like a movie critic. I would like to think of myself as a movie enthusiast who just likes to share my personal opinion about films that I see. Now today, Angel Studios did reach out to me to go over a film that will be releasing on January 24th, and that film is Brave the Dark. Now if you're not familiar with that film that's coming out, that's okay. That's the whole point of discussing this film with you guys without giving any spoilers at all. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and discuss Angel Studios' Brave the Dark.
Hello there, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and children.
Now, Brave the Dark is actually directed by Damian Harris. Writers are Dale Bradley, Nathaniel Dean, and Damian Harris as well. Now, the film does star Jared Harris as Stan, and then Nicholas Hamilton as Nathan. Now, if you know Jared Harris, of course, he is the guy who plays Moriarty in the Game of Shadows, the Sherlock Holmes film with Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law. Then, of course, you have Nicholas Hamilton, who plays Nathan. You'll know him as Henry Bowers in the remake of It. Now, if Jared Harris still doesn't come into mind, you may know him from Mad Men, Chernobyl, and then, of course, The Crown as well. Now, what this film is basically set up as a kind of similar to a Good Will Hunting story, and it is based on a true story, though. In my personal opinion, this is Angel Studios' Good Will Hunting film, but more drama. I know that Good Will Hunting is one of my personal favorites, but of course, there's a lot of drama to it. But Robin Williams kind of brings a little humor to it. This honestly is deep dives into a childhood that's a little bit more traumatic, a lot more traumatic actually. And of course, what we know about Nicholas's character Nathan is the fact that he has been living in his car for about the past 2 years. The character Nathan himself has been from foster home, out of foster home, to living with his grandparents, out of grandparents. We learn that, without giving any spoilers, he lived a very, very troubled life. His mother was originally married, divorced, and then something happens where honestly could traumatize any kid, or any adult at that matter. So what ends up happening is Nathan is, of course, homeless for the past 2 years. His teacher, Stan, again, that's played by Jared Harris, he kind of recognizes Nathan a little bit, kind of catches his eye in little quirks or possibilities that it is a troubled teen. Now, Nathan is not the golden star, 100% perfect child. As he grows up, he is seen as a troublemaker who gets into a lot of trouble, ends up getting arrested, and that's kind of what leads to, of course, his teacher, Stan, bailing him out of jail. And that kind of starts the bondmanship between the two, and the kind of like the fatherly figure that Nathan never had, but he has it now with Stan. Now, if you do know anybody with some trauma in their past, they come with a lot of barriers, a lot of blockades, and what Stan's ability is able to do is break those walls with Nathan, create a bondmanship, but it doesn't happen without some trials and tribulations. Now, the one thing about Nathan, though, is after Stan bails him out, is the fact that he doesn't go back to high school. Now, high school is where he kind of escapes in a way. He is part of the track. He does have a girlfriend, but instead he ends up going to live with his grandparents. And because of bailing him out, his grandparents feels like that he owes them. So what he ends up doing is working on the farm, but Stan sees this and realizes that no, he's a bright kid that needs to go back to school and needs to graduate. So, of course, Nathan ends up living with Stan. And going back to the whole trials and tribulations elements to it, there is a lot of that, because with Stan, he's kind of growing and becoming that figure to Nathan at the same time where Nathan is growing to be a young adult, somebody who kind of realizes what he's doing is wrong. And all honesty, this is a very heartfelt film. Now, again, it is based on a true story, so they do showcase a little bit of that at the end. When it comes to Of course, the music elements to it. I mean, it's very orchestral. You're not really going for the composure of it. What you are going for is the story and whether or not if it hits hard. And that's exactly what this film does. Is it does hit you in multiple ways, whether if it is dramatic side or the feels. The other thing too is when it goes to the backstory of Nathan, they do a lot of different camera angles to showcase the terror or the horror he does go through, but kind of, and when it jumps to the future, well, present day really, the camera angles shows you into the psyche of Nathan. So the director does a very well job in doing that, and throughout the whole entire film, needless to say. But overall, though, I do highly recommend it. Again, this film is coming out in January 24th, so make sure you guys grab your tickets now. And again, if you don't know Angel Studios, it is a wonderful, wonderful studio company that has done amazing movies and has a fantastic message. So by all means, please support them as well. Link in the description below to give you guys a jump start to their website to where you can subscribe to their platform too. So by all means, leave a comment down below when you guys do end up seeing it, because I would love to hear your thoughts about it. So leave a comment, subscribe below, subscribe to all social media platforms as well, and we'll see you guys next time for the next review.